Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're doing a video a little bit different. I thought it would be fun to go over each horse, kind of tell you the story of how we got them and if they have their registered name, because a lot of you know them by their barn names and we don't always talk about their registered names. Some of them we have given them their registered names, and then some of them came to us with their registered already with their names. So some of them kind of have silly names too.
It's hard. It's hard when you've owned so many horses over a lifetime to keep coming up with something new and catchy and something with meaning, and something that, well, a name's an important thing, and it has a lot to do with the trajectory of an animal's life, and
Yeah, and we've made a couple mistakes in the past naming horses, I think.
Scripturally, it's called call something that is not as though it is.
Yeah.
You kind of get the concept of what I'm saying. We've made that mistake before in the past. One time we thought we were being funny naming a horse Karen. Even though we had, reasons to say, no, Karen's actually a really good name. There was the connotation in pop culture and the memes and stuff. And had one named Pistol one time, and we're like, well, I don't want him to be named Pistol. I want him to be named something sweet, something that wouldn't, be a name like that. We changed his name to Preacher.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good.
And he ended up being a really good horse. Yeah. Matter of fact, he won the is it Idaho State?
I think it was
Idaho State Horse Championship
just recently. And some of our horses' names, we do know the meaning, but not all of them. I don't. So
that
probably.
that being said, how important the name is, I named this puppy Big Chongus, and it's just because it stuck. It's just who he was.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean nothing other than you was the biggest puppy of the litter.
He was by far. He was huge compared to his
Big
brothers.
Chongus. He's such a good puppy.
So we have 28 horses total. 29 counting Rebecca's client horse, but that's 28 including our client horse that we have, and then a couple horses that we already have sold.
That'll be delivered here soon.
So let's start. How about we just start with Patty? She's our oldest horse that we've had the longest.
Ladd's Peppermint Patty Z.
Oh, you got her name, don't you?
Yeah. The Z stands for Ziegenbein. They're real good friends of mine, and when I was a teenager wanting to learn how to show these horses, my grandpa was 3.5 hours away, who had got me started, so he couldn't coach me on a daily basis, and I went to ride with the Ziegenbeins. And at that time, they had an awesome horse that they were having the most success with that they had ever had in their show career, named Red Rebecca Z. Well, the very next year, that after Red Rebecca Z was born, Patty was born, 100% full sisters. So out of the same mother, the Smoking Black and Perfection's Charming Lad. Yeah. So because Rebecca was such a great horse, I wanted Patty real bad, but the demand for her was high because Rebecca was so good. So she sold to a couple that had intended to show her, and they did nothing with her and ended up getting divorced 10 years later, and the mare hadn't been rode. I found out about it and went and bought her right away.
What year was that, you think?
2010.
2000. Oh, it was. Okay.
Yep. And she come to live here, actually with my mom.
Yeah.
In 2010, 2011, and 2011, my friend Doc Love helped us set her up to show, and that was really the first successful show horse I ever had. I had showed a horse named Lightning before that, that you've probably seen on the channel if you've adamant watcher. She's my mom's trail horse, but she was mine first. And I'd shown, several horses. I'd showed my whole life and just never won anything until Patty. Then we started winning.
Yep. And she was the horse that our kids all learned to show on too. Yep. She's just amazing. She took care of our babies, huh?
Yep. And once we started winning on her, then everybody started trying to help in the show world, in the community. For the 10 years before that, I couldn't hardly drum up any advice or any help. Once I started winning, I guess people thought it was worth, I was worth giving some advice to. That's part of the precipice of this channel, is to give away the Fox Trotter knowledge that I can give, so that there might be somebody trying to get in like I was back then that
help.
Yeah, that can need some help. There's no
Needs
point in
pointers.
keeping it a secret. This breed is failing, is dying, because of the management and the community of the breed, where the quality of the breed is excellent. It's the best breed in the world for trail riding, especially.
Just all around horse,
Yeah.
a family horse, just
Yep.
all around.
And that's why
They're
when we get
awesome
to
horses.
my favorite horse of this,
You want to go on to him? And
Champ.
there's no order. We don't have to do it in order.
So Champ, I'm one of the things I'm trying to do on this channel is to promote the Fox Trotter breed, and I'm going to use Champ to do it by promoting Champ. I call him the most versatile horse in the world, and I'm going to use the channel to try to prove that claim. So Champ, we bought him at 6 days old, along with his whole herd that he was in. His father, which was Sunrise's golden image, he came to live here on the farm, and his mother, Grand Gesture. And then, so with the combination of those two parental names, Grand Gesture and Sunrise's golden image, we came up with
Grand Imagination.
Grand Imagination.
Yep.
Well, big chunks.
We liked that name. We thought it was
Yeah.
we thought it was really cute, and we loved how it brought in his sire and his dam too. So
and
we
it
thought
had
was kinda special.
had to do with his barn name too. You know, I was calling him Champion
From the beginning.
because from the beginning. Champ is what we call him because I intend to win this championship we're going to next week. So I've been trying to manifest that for 3 years now.
Hi, buddy.
And because if you watched old westerns, which one was it? Gene Autry had his horse that he called Champion. That was his horse's name.
Yeah.
So
Champ
stuck in my head.
Champ's Grand Imagination, and what color is he? Because everybody will ask.
He's a dark red sorrel. We've got some show videos out there on him. So.
And just in case anybody's wondering what color's Patty, we better add that in there too.
Patty is a Sabino, sorrel Sabino.
Sorrels.
So in the old days, the old timers would have called that a strawberry roan. Yeah. So basically
Changed
just a
over
light
time.
red with points on her hips and flanks and knees and
White
lighter
flecking,
mane,
yeah.
white flecking every
Yeah.
once in a while. So yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's probably got, for being the best performance, one of the top 3 performance horses we've ever owned, she's probably got the worst conformation.
Yeah.
Where Champ, of all the horses I've owned in my entire life, and I've had a Fox Trotter continuously since 1994, and I've had some ponies and stuff before that, and grew up with them with my grandpa before that. But of all the horses I've had, Champ has the best conformation, best build, best structure, best hooves, best everything.
Good attitude too. He's
You know,
awesome.
one of the
all around.
best so he's probably the best quality Fox Trotter I've ever owned.
And the most versatile.
And the most versatile. Yeah.
Hold on, let me check the sound, and then we'll move on.
We already brought up Grand Gesture, which her name is Jessie. She's a very beautiful mare. She's a liver chestnut is what I'd call her.
Her papers say brown, but I don't technically
Yeah.
think that's not her.
Well, it's a shade of
official
brown.
color.
But yeah.
Liver chestnut. Yeah. She's beautiful.
And she is out of, so I guess to explain some of these horses, my opinion, and I could back it up with data and facts, but the best 3 stallion sires producing in the breed in the last decade or of this era are Grand Central would be number 1, Legend would be number 2, and arguably those could be switched depending on which one you liked better. And then number 3 would be Sunrise's Golden Image, the stallion that we owned. He's like, if you look back over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, the horses that are winning the biggest championships at the highest level are out of those 3 stallions. So Lucky and
You're getting confused.
no,
We were talking about
Jessie, Grand Gesture is out of Grand Central, so out of the best sire there is. And we also have her 100% sister, who we call Lucky Me, Lucky You. So we have a lot of those Grand Central bloodlines. So then you look at that going backwards to Champ. Champ is out of Jessie, so she's out of the he has the bloodline of what I consider the best fox trotter stallion in the breed, and then his direct sire is what I consider the third best sire in the breed, and I'm hoping that those combine first and third into the new first.
Yeah.
Is what I'm wanting them to be someday.
And so Jessie is her barn name, and her register name is Grand Gesture.
Yep. And her 1 year younger little sister is Lucky Me, Lucky You. Lucky
And we
Me,
call her
Lucky
Lucky.
You is a light sorrel, and she's a short little squatty bodied of a horse, but man, can she move big for a little horse. We have some really good friends in the show world, and right when I was trying to get the kids to learn to show Patty back, 2013, 14 era, these people said, hey, hey, if you're gonna show and raise these horses, you need some of the top bloodlines, and we have a little mare that we think you should buy as a brood mare, but we want her to go to somewhere like where we can trust the owner, because we don't want somebody getting hurt on her, because we're going to be honest with you, she's an outlaw. She's bucked the first trainer off, and the first trainer gave up, didn't want to work with her. We sent her to some rodeo people, a couple that rodeoed together, 2 trainers, and they got bucked off, and one of them sprained their neck, and she's just an outlaw. And you can take her and breed her. She's out of Grand Central, and a Pride Beast mare, which is great brood mares, and they'll sell her to me super cheap. Matter of fact, they sold her to me for 1/4 of the stud fee of that stallion of Grand Central. I went and picked her up, and we prayed over her.
You and Mary did.
And rode her off that day. She's never bucked with us once. Showed her 30 days later, we were in the show ring with her.
Yeah.
And we've won multiple youth world championships. We've won reserve world grand championship with her probably 4 times. 2 or 3 of the losses were to Lady Antebellum. So if you're fox trotter people, you'll know,
Yeah.
why we got second. And if it wasn't for that one great horse, we would have had a world grand champion multiple times.
Lucky was is all around awesome. She was awesome in the show ring, but she's
Awesome trail horse.
she's like with the kids, you can put anybody on her. She's our
Gentle.
horse. When somebody comes over, that's the horse they go for.
Yep.
If nephews and nieces are over, that's the horse they go to.
Yep.
She's my favorite horsey.
Yeah.
Others are growing on me, but she's all around just amazing.
And both of them are in foal to our herd stallion, Bob. So Bob is his local name, or his barn name, and his registered name is all looky here now.
You'll have to tell the story to that.
My entire life growing up going to the horse shows, from the 80s through to the late 2000 teens, a guy named Bob Crafton announced the horse shows. And so he was kind of like the, one of the famous sports announcers you'd listen to at your favorite, baseball or football game. You get used to their voice. And his catchphrase was, "Oh, looky here now," as the horse would take its victory lap. Kind of thinking about being victory laps and everything, that's what I named that stallion. And he is the darkest, prettiest Palomino you've ever seen. He looks just like Trigger off
he
of Roy
does.
Rogers.
Yeah.
And he is, I always tease and say he has the double G genetic gene for gentleness.
Double gentle gene.
Yeah, the double gentle gene. All his babies are super gentle, and that's why we keep him around.
Yeah.
And they're easy to ride and train and have a lot of color.
Yeah. So Bob was born here on our farm too. Patty's his mama. And
Yep, Vlad's Peppermint Patty.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when he was born, JR was super excited because he was like planning on showing him. That was his horse. But Bob got EPM when he was a yearling.
Yeah. The EPM basically is a disease caused by possums. It's a protozoa that affects their spinal cord and stuff. So he's not sound to ride, but he is sound to breed, and it can't be passed on genetically, So he's safe to breed too. So that's what he gets to spend his life doing.
Yep, he's our herd stallion.
So we talked about babies that are going to be born next year. Those are not the only 2 mares we have bred to Bob. This year we took off and let our brood mares all have a break. So nobody had babies this year that we bred. So next year we're planning on having a bunch of babies.
Yeah, we are.
And we have 2 other mares that are bred to Bob, and they are kind of a matched pair or a set that we keep together. They don't match that well, but they're both bays, and they're both 4-year-old mares,
Yeah.
so, or 4 or 5-year-old mares. So we kind of consider them a team, and we bred them at the same time.
Yep.
And that is Rose's Bay Lady and
Bernadette.
Bernadette. You gotta hold out the long R.
Bernadette.
So if you know anything about the channel, Bernadette came to us with over 1,000 cockleburs in her mane
Just
and tail.
this past winter.
Yeah, and we had to work a long time to get all those out with having to cut her beautiful mane and tail, because
Yeah.
we weren't gonna do that. She had a lot of mane and
Yeah,
tail.
I was looking for her register name.
Oh, we
her?
didn't change it?
No. Yeah, so her register name, so we call her Bernadette, but her register name is Thunder's Last Strike KDM.
No, it's Pride.
No, that's her sire.
Oh, okay.
Her sire was Pride Thunder
Oh,
Bay, and
yeah.
her dam was Danny Champagne Princess.
Thunder's Last Strike KDM.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't use any of that.
I didn't even know it.
We call her Bernadette.
Yeah, it's Bernadette.
So
around
yeah,
here.
so we don't. Yeah, we just got her last winter. She hasn't been around long. She's gonna have a foal, and she's just being trained.
Yeah, about July of next
Yeah.
year she'll have a foal.
Yeah, and then Lady's gonna have a foal. They bred within a week of each other,
Yeah.
so they're gonna have foals really close together. So
Yeah.
you want to go on to Lady's story?
Okay. So when we first met the woman that owned Image and Grand Gesture, she wouldn't sell us Grand Gesture, but Jessie, but she had a little filly on her side, and that was Lady. So we bought her since we didn't think we were ever going to get Jessie, and we intended to have her be Isaac's show horse, but she was out of a sire that I don't approve of, and that I don't like at all. And I thought, well, maybe she'll take after her mother, but she's a sweet horse, good horse, but she doesn't have what I want to make
For a show horse.
for a show horse. So I'm not going to put that level of effort in her. So she's just been a trail horse. Becca trained her to trail ride for us. She is absolutely stunning. She's gorgeous.
She is so beautiful, and she moves okay. Just for if you're thinking about a perfect, what JR wants for a show horse, it's a little different. Yeah, she's kind of lazy. She doesn't like working hard.
You can tell she doesn't want to show.
Yeah.
Becca says, in her opinion, she can tell Lady doesn't want to show really. But also what happened, it was supposed to be Isaac's show horse, and he had to have a hip surgery that winter before this year. But he would, and
He had a year of pain before
yeah,
that.
and he tried to get back on the horse and stuff, but he doesn't really have the movement in his hip for it anymore, and so it's kind of upsetting to him in a sense. So she's just going to be our family horse. Yep. And she's just going to stay here, have some babies, and we're just showing for Lady.
So both of those
of
those bay mares are maiden mares too. So they've never had a foal before, so it'll be interesting to see what they have.
It's going to be exciting.
Same with Lucky. She's never had a foal before, but Jessie's had several.
Jesse's had several.
Champ and Lady are both out of Jessie.
And talking about Jesse's foals, let's move on to Chantilly.
Yeah.
To learn all about Chantilly and the other horses here at Homestead Horsemanship, make sure to watch part 2 of our 2025 herd tour.